Rain fell like a confession the city did not want to make. It slid down cracked windows, pooled in broken streets, and blurred the yellow glow of streetlights into tired halos. Karachi never truly slept, but on that night it seemed to hold its breath, waiting for something it could not name. Inspector Armin Qureshi stood beneath the awning of a shuttered grocery store, collar turned up, notebook damp in his hand. The alley in front of him was narrow and mean, choked with garbage bags and rusted metal. At the far end lay the body. The victim was a man in his early 40s, dressed neatly despite the blood soaking through his white shirt. His eyes were open, staring at nothing, as if surprised by death rather than afraid of it. A single gunshot wound marked his chest, clean, precise, professional. Armin had seen enough bodies to know when a killing was personal. This one wasn't. There was no rage in the wound, no hesitation. Whoever pulled the trigger had done it calmly, deliberately, and then walked away. Name? Armin asked. A constable flipped through a wallet. Rashid Mahmoud, sir, accountant, married, 2 children. Armin exhaled slowly. Accountants rarely died in alleys unless they were hiding something. He looked up at the buildings surrounding the alley. Old apartments, peeling paint, too many windows and too many secrets. Someone had watched this man die. Someone always did. Canvass the area, Armin said. I want anyone who heard a sound, saw a shadow, felt something wrong. The constable nodded, already moving. As Armin closed his notebook, a strange thought crossed his mind, one that unsettled him more than the corpse at his feet. This killing felt familiar. Back at the station, the rain was replaced by flickering fluorescent lights and the smell of old paper. Armin sat at his desk, staring at the crime scene photos spread before him. The shot placement, the angle, the lack of struggle, it reminded him of a case from 7 years ago, the Crescent Road murders, 3 victims, same precision, same silence, and a killer who vanished like smoke. The file was still in his drawer. Armin pulled it out, his fingers hesitating for just a moment before opening it. The faces stared back at him, frozen in black and white. Ordinary people, ordinary lives, all ended by a single bullet. The case had destroyed his sleep back then. He had chased leads that went nowhere, trusted informants who lied, and followed instincts that betrayed him. In the end, the file had been closed, not solved, but buried under the weight of time and bureaucracy. Until tonight, sir, said Sub-Inspector Nadia Ali, standing at his desk. She was young, sharp, and dangerously observant. We ran the victim's finances. Rashid Mahmoud wasn't just an accountant. He handled off the books, transactions for at least 3 private firms. Armin looked up. Illegal. Nadia nodded. Very. Armin leaned back, eyes narrowing. And people don't like accountants who know too much, or who plan to talk, Nadia added. Armin closed the Crescent Road file slowly. Some secrets refused to stay buried. Rashid Mahmoud's house sat in a quiet neighborhood, painfully ordinary. Children's shoes lay by the door. A half-finished cup of tea cooled on the table. His wife, Sana, answered the door with red-rimmed eyes and a face that seemed carved from grief. She listened as Armin explained why he was there, nodding silently, hands clenched together. Did your husband mention anyone threatening him? Armin asked gently. She shook her head. No. Rashid was a good man. He worked late, yes, but he never spoke of danger. Did he seem worried, afraid? A pause, just a fraction too long. He was distracted, Sana said finally, like his mind was always somewhere else. Armin studied her. Years on the force had taught him to recognize fear, and this wasn't the fear of losing a husband. It was the fear of knowing more than she should. If you remember anything, Armin said, handing her his card, anything at all, call me. She took it, her fingers trembling. As Armin stepped outside, Nadia joined him. She's hiding something, Nadia said. Yes, Armin replied, and whatever it is, it might get her killed. Forensic reports confirmed Armin's suspicions. The bullet was a rare caliber, used in specialized firearms, the same kind used in the Crescent Road murders. The killer was back. Armin felt the weight of failure press down on him. 7 years ago, he had let this murderer slip through his fingers. Now the city was paying the price. Another body turned up 2 days later. A lawyer, same shot, same silence. The media exploded. Headlines screamed about a serial killer stalking the city again. Panic spread like fire, and still no witnesses. No suspects, only one common thread. Every victim had access to dangerous information. The killer isn't random. Nadia said during a briefing, he's cleaning up loose ends, or protecting someone. Armin replied. The question was, who? An anonymous tip led Armin to Imran Sheikh, a former intelligence contractor now living under a different name. He was cautious, paranoid, and visibly afraid. They're all connected. Imran whispered in a dim cafe. A money laundering network that went higher than you can imagine. Who's they? Armin asked. Imran shook his head. I can't say it out loud. Why? Because he'll hear. Armin felt a chill. Who is he? Imran leaned closer. The killer isn't a criminal. He's a professional, trained, disciplined, and his secret. Armin pressed. Imran's eyes darted around the cafe. He doesn't kill for money. He kills to erase his own past. A gunshot cracked the air. Imran collapsed forward, blood spreading across the table. Armin spun, drawing his weapon, but the shooter was already gone. Imran's death confirmed what Armin feared. The killer was always watching, always one step ahead. That night, unable to sleep, Armin stood before his bathroom mirror, studying his own reflection. The tired eyes, the haunted face. A memory surfaced. One he had locked away years ago, an undercover operation. A kill that was never supposed to happen, a secret. Armin's phone rang, jolting him back to the present. It was Nadia. Sir, she said slowly, I found something in the old Crescent Road files. What? There's a name that appears in every report. Yours. Armin closed his eyes. The city's darkest secret wasn't the killer, it was him. Nadia confronted him in his office. The door closed softly behind her. You were there, she said, at every crime scene before the murders. Armin nodded. I was part of the network. Years ago, I thought I was serving my country, and the killer, he was my partner, Armin said, until I tried to leave. Silence filled the room. He's not cleaning up loose ends, Nadia said quietly. He's hunting you. Armin looked at her, guilt heavy in his chest. And everyone he kills is someone who could expose me. Nadia drew her weapon, not at Armin, but at the door. Then we end this, she said. The abandoned warehouse by the docks smelled of rust and regret. Armin stepped inside alone. You always were predictable, a voice echoed. The killer stepped into the light. Camel Raza, calm, cold, familiar. You should have finished it. Camel said. You should have died with the rest of them. Armin raised his gun. This ends tonight. Camel smiled. The truth will come out, one way or another. Shots rang out. When it was over, Camel lay dead on the concrete. Armin lowered his weapon, shaking. The investigation closed quickly. Camel Raza was named the killer. The media moved on, but Armin didn't. He submitted his resignation the next morning, along with a full confession. Some secrets demanded a price. As he walked out of the station for the last time, the city breathed again. But Armin knew one truth would follow him forever. The killer's secret was never just about murder. It was about guilt, and guilt never truly dies.